What's going on, guys? We're back with another edition of Signature Sundays. This time it's episode 7, so we're going to chronicle boxes 19, 20, and 21, which are pretty much those two there, and then the one in the corner there. So without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and hop in because unfortunately I'm a little bit of a time crunch. And if you guys are watching this on the premiere tomorrow, I may or may not be able to make my own premiere because of work. So I apologize, but I want to keep the schedule consistent. So if it's 7 p.m. Sunday, March 17th, thanks for watching on the premiere, guys. I'll try to hop in there if I can. But without further ado, we'll show some books. We got House of M, #2. This is the Terry Dodson variant. Beautiful Miss Marvel cover signed by Terry and Rachel Dodson. And actually, I forgot, it's triple signed. I got Oliver Coipel on there. So there's that as well. So that's awesome. Hopefully I counted that in the totals. If not, whoops. So we'll add one because I'm pretty sure I forgot that one because he signed it on the side. I know I got these two. So on the side of this issue 1, he's got his over there. And also in a huge signature for some reason, we've got Joe Quesada right over Scarlet Witch's face. He signed that at Wizard World 2006. I think that's about the year this book came out, but one of my favorite covers. And then we have the Joe Mad cover. Unfortunately, also signed in black by Oliver Coipel by my pinky there. Barely turns up. Hey, still a cool book to have. Here's an iconic cover. We got the Hulk 340, phenomenal Todd McFarlane cover. I'd love to have him sign this. Got signed by Peter David at least. As you guys might notice, above Wolverine's ear up there, just a little white spot. That was my stupid idiot self trying to clean like a little speck off of there. I may as well just left the speck on because it drives me nuts every time I see it. But nonetheless, still very happy to have that book. I got it for like $3, so I'm not going to complain about it. I got some Peter David Sigs. Once again, I apologize. I didn't get time to rebag everything here. We got Hulk 393 90s. Oh my God, look at that foil goodness. So Peter David signed on the title, and then he signed this issue 400 right over the Hulk there. Once again, foil, shiny, awesome goodness. Love it. Next up, we got Incredible Hulk 447, signed by Mike Deodato by that gun blast there. This, I believe, is Dynamic Forces or an American Entertainment variant, whichever company they were at that time. I remember ordering this and the next one out of the catalog specifically to get these covers because I never see them to this day. So also in the same bag, I need to put this under the E's actually, but we'll go ahead and count it because I didn't count it in the E's. But we also have this Electra signed by Mike Deodato as well. So it's an absolute pleasure meeting him. He was an awesome dude. Got a nice sketch from him. Also have this Hulk from the Red Hulk run. It is a Del Keown variant, if I remember right. This one is signed by Ed McGuinness and Jeff Loeb. So got that one double signed. I think I used to have like 3 or 4 copies of this, like all different covers. I think I've sold most of them. This is the one I kept because I had my signatures on it, but just a good book to have in the collection. Next up, I got a bunch of books signed by Carl Pagulayan, I think is the way you pronounce it. Probably completely wrong, but hey, we're going to go with it. And also, this one is signed by Greg Pak as well. This is Incredible Hulk 92, the second printing. But a couple years later, after I met Greg Pak, I found the first printing and also got it signed right there. So happy to have both printings of that because World War Hulk or Planet Hulk was a great storyline, as well as World War Hulk. Here's 93 signed by both those gentlemen as well. 94 is only signed once by Carlo down there. 95, same thing. Perfect signature placement right there, right on that boulder. So I thought that was nice. Going back, Incredible Hulk 600, signed by Jeff Loeb. Don't know why I didn't get Ed McGuinness to sign this one, honestly. I think I just forgot to take it when I met him in Kentucky at the end of last year. But this is a big book, too. So it's very heavy. We got World War Hulk, signed by Greg Pak at the bottom there. And hey, we have a hidden David Finch signature. So there we go. I don't know what Finch was thinking when he signed these, but I had to look close at every single one of these I had to remember if he signed them all or not. I think I had for some reason, issues 1 and 3. And it wouldn't surprise me if I eventually pull issue 2 and find it, but I did not pull it for the sake of this video because I didn't see it. So on issue 3 of Between Hulk's Head and the Tank, I don't know, there it goes. There's David Finch's signature right there. So yeah, and then on the very top we got Greg Pak again. Here is Incredible Hulk from the Jason Aaron and Mark Silvestri run. Got this one signed by Jason Aaron by Hulk's knee there. Got a bunch of Tim Sale coming up because I just took the whole Hulk gray lot with me when I met him. So nice signature placement there. Really cool series. If you guys like that whole series, like I think it was like what, Captain America, like in a color. I think it's Spider-Man blue. It might have been Captain America white, Spider-Man blue, and then Hulk gray. But just a cool series of books by Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. So once again, there's Tim Sale's signature there. Same thing on that book. And then unfortunately, I didn't have these at the time when I met, the couple times I met Jeff Loeb. But I think I got Tim Sale to sign these at a C2E2, probably around 2010, 2011, maybe even 2012. Who knows? But there's a signature there. One of maybe my all-time favorite Hulk book, Hulk the End. I can't recommend this book enough. If you guys see it, buy it. It's a great read. My favorite Hulk story of all time. Had to get it signed by Peter David. Nice silver Sharpie there. Next up, we got Humankind #1. This is a Wizard World Chicago variant. Luckily, Tony Daniel, I believe, was at the same convention, so I just got him to sign it right on top middle there. We got some Image United #1, and we got some Jim Lee signature action, which is pretty fun. I just had this signed in irony, if I remember right, because he's the only creator who had really nothing to do with this book, except for this single cover. But inside, all the other Image artists actually worked on the art, which maybe McFarlane didn't. I can't remember. Maybe McFarlane did or didn't. He might have did the Spawn art in it, but nonetheless, Jim Lee signed this one, so there you go. The last one of that box. Infinite Crisis #6. I've talked about this book many times. One of my all-time favorite Geoff Johns reads, so I had to get it signed by him right there. Death of Superboy. Sad issue. So there's that box. All right, so we'll roll into the next one. We got some Ryan Ottley Sigs, which I hope to add more at C2E2 this year, but I got him to sign my Invincible #100 right there. Got an issue 99. Nice blue signature there to match his costume at the time. There is 98, another great signature, and I just went ahead and had him sign Invincible Return since it was in the same bag at one point, right in the armpit right there. So love that. One of my favorite covers of Iron Man ever, Invincible Iron Man 126. Got this one signed by Bob Layton last year, or maybe it was the year before at Cincinnati Comic Expo. Newsstand of the day, so there you go. We got some more newsstand action, I believe. Here's 199. Also signed by Bob Layton right there. And he's a real nice guy, too. I can't recommend meeting him enough. 218 signed right there. Also had in the bag 213. Nice clear signature there. Going more into Iron Man, I got some Salvador LaRocca signatures. So this is, I believe this is the last issue of Iron Man he did, 527. So I decided to get that signed by him. Nice frowny face and all to commemorate him leaving the book. I don't know how this one got wedged in the middle of the LaRocca stuff, but we got Iron Man #1. This is from the Kieran Gillen run, and Greg Land was the artist, so I got both of them to sign at various C2E2s. So got this one double signed. Speaking of double signed, I got this Invincible Iron Man variant. This one is signed by Joe Quesada and Salvador LaRocca. I think this one actually came pre-signed through a Wizard VIP package, if I remember correctly. And actually, on the back, I have so many of these Invincible Iron Man #1s, I forgot about them until I did this video. Once again, Salvador LaRocca signed next to Robert Downey Jr.'s armpit there. So there you go. Shout out to Spidey fan. I know he loves him some photo covers. And I apologize, I forgot to take the certificate of authenticity out. But I bought this from the Hero Initiative because it benefited this Stephanie Peru. Basically, the proceeds for the sale of this book went to the family of that person. And this one's signed by Salvador LaRocca and Matt Fraction. So I didn't have too many Matt Fraction signatures in the collection. I've only met him one time. So I was happy to get this from here. I think they're only charging like maybe $10 for it. at the time. So yeah, cool book to have. Love me some Hero Initiative. They're great. Here we got Iron Man Viva Las Vegas. This is actually a Jon Favreau pinned comic book. He didn't do too many comics. I don't even know if he ever finished this miniseries, to be honest. But at least he had Eddie Granov working on it with him because he got the. Not only did he get to design the Iron Man suit, like I said, he got handpicked as the artist by Favreau for this run, so he signed it down there. Here's some of my all-time favorites. JLA Avengers #1. Got this signed by Kurt Busiek and George Perez. This is the first book I ever got signed at a convention, personally. So this is one that definitely will probably never leave my collection no matter what. Especially since I got to meet Mr. Perez. He's my all-time favorite artist. A hell of a nice guy. And not to mention, this is the only time I met Kurt Busiek too, and he's great as well, obviously. And then luckily issue 2 was out at the time, so I had them double sign it. 3 and 4, I think I'm gonna try to get 3 and 4 signed by Perez at C2E2. I just kind of took them out when I was sorting these. I'm like, well, it's my last shot to get those at least single signed by Perez, so may as well give it a shot. We got Justice League #1 signed by J.M. DeMatteis. Iconic cover. Unfortunately, I forgot to get Giffen to sign this in Kentucky last year, but he still makes some appearances. So hopefully one day I'll get his signature added, as well as maybe Kevin Maguire. But I've always loved this cover. We got some Joel Benitez action coming up. We got issue 13 of Justice League of America. I believe I got a Starfire sketch the same time I got this too. So if you guys watch my sketchbook video, you can see the corresponding Starfire sketch I got with that. I got Justice League of America #11 signed by Gene Ha and Peter Steigerwald, who is the colorist for the Turner cover there. Ha was doing some work with the Hero Initiative, so once again, I happily paid like $1 or something for the signature, but it went to the Hero Initiative, so I have zero problems with that. I think I had this in the same bag, so I had Steigerwald sign it at the time. He was just the colorist on the cover. Trying to get the light, so there you go. You can kind of see it right there. So just a great cover, by the way. Here is your of the day. We got this beautiful Adam Hughes Justice League of America issue 6. I know Poor Man's Comics loves this one too. But which one's the real Sig and which one's print? Of course, it's the black one's the real Sig. But one of my favorite Hughes covers there is. Awesome Black Canary. So there you go. Your of the day. Gotta love it. And then the last one of this box is a triple signature. I actually put this one in a Mylar, so I like it so much. I've actually been on the lookout for the J. Scott Campbell variant of this, even though it's not the world's best variant. Still like Justice League, still like J. Scott Campbell, and this is actually a good run of Justice League of America too. So it's one I definitely love having in the collection. But this one's triple signed by Ethan Van Sciver, Wizard World Chicago '07, and I think Wizard World '06, maybe it was '07 as well. I got both Kubert brothers, so Andy and Adam double signed this at the same convention. So happy to have that. And the last box, we got some stuff I got last year at C2E2. So I got Priest to sign issue 36 of his Justice League run. I mainly was just getting this for the J.G. Jones variant covers. I was doing the Midtown pre-orders at the time. There's a couple good ones in this batch. But the story actually wasn't too bad, so I got Priest to sign that one. Same thing for issue 37 as well, which I thought was a decent Green Lantern Fist cover from J.G. Jones. 38 actually got double signed. I got Marco Santucci, was at C2E2 last year as well, so I took advantage and got this double signed. And Santucci is really awesome. He was just hanging out at the DC booth doing free sketches. I actually got a Wonder Woman sketch on the wall over there when I got this book signed. So I thought that was really cool of him. I just got these signed in Louisville in December by Ed McGuinness. So he does the whole personalization thing now. So he personalizes and signs for free, or he just plain signs for $5, I believe. So I just wanted to get some signed books and say hi and shake his hand, that stuff. So he personalized these 3 Justice League classifieds, or JLA classifieds. So there's issue 3. Issue number 2, right above the barcode there, and then issue number 1 is also signed right where I'm covering it up. So there you go. I got the whole run of formerly known as the Justice League, signed by Kevin Maguire. So this is a real fun run. If you guys haven't had a chance to read it, I highly recommend it. So once again, there's McGuire's signature. I wouldn't mind getting it signed by Giffen and DeMatteis, but they basically they do the whole thing, which is completely understandable, where you do the first signature for free and then you charge after that. So I would probably rather just get my original Justice League #1 signed than rack up like a bunch of money and signatures on these books. Here's the one you guys will hopefully like. We got Justice League of America, or Justice Society of America. I apologize. Issue #1. This is kind of like the second wave of Jeff Johns and Justice Society. So I got this signed by Jeff Johns right there, where Mr. Terrific, and right dead in the center. Yep, that's an Alex Ross signature. So Alex Ross, I know he loved him some Justice Society, so I was happy to take this. And I think it was either 2010 or 2012. I got this signed by Alex Ross. So he appeared at both of those cons at C2E2, and I met him both times and got signatures on both of them. So here's JSA All-Stars #1. And this one is very nicely signed by Freddie Williams II. So, and I think I got this one signed. He gave me a Robin sketch that I paid for. So definitely had to take at least one book for him to sign. And these next ones, I may take out of the bag at least the first one. But the other ones, I guess I'll just take them all out of the bag because you guys came to see the signatures. But one of my all-time favorites, bought these off the rack myself when I was a kid, Kingdom Come. So C2E2 2010 rolls around. Mark Waid and Alex Ross get announced. So the first books I dig out in excitement to get signed, I got me Mark Waid and Alex Ross to sign every copy I have of Kingdom Come. So there's that one. I'll go ahead and take out #3. And spoilers for the wall video, #1's up there. So we'll show the 3 for today. But yeah, I was so blown away by Alex Ross's art as a kid that this is my all-time. And not to mention just the great story that Mark Waid put in. I mean, this made me an instant fan of Mark Waid. Oh, and there's the preview, by the way. Love having that. Some people love collecting them some previews. Probably after this video, they're going right in a Mylar bag instead of these crusty old. These probably are bags from the 90s, by the way. So, like I said, I bought these off the rack and it came out in 1996. So I've had these books probably in the same bag since 1996. So, and then there's the last one. So they both signed it on the inside right above their names. So this book means a lot to those two gentlemen. You could tell just when they were handling it and everything. And the same thing for me. It's one of my all-time favorite reads. Here's one I found in a dollar bin. I actually still need to read it, but I guess it kind of technically counts because it's signed. It's called King's Folly. I have no idea who this artist is and what they work on, but it's like Alexis Christeja, something like that. But it is signed in the bottom in gold. So there you go. I thought that art kind of looked pretty neat, so I bought it for $1. So there we go. Going back to Joe Benitez, we got some Lady Mechanica signed. So here's like an issue 2 and 3 collected, signed in the corner there. 0 and 1, same thing, same spot for the signature. We got Lady Mechanica #1, Tablet of Destinies, signed right there by Joe Benitez. Got these last year at Cincinnati Comic Expo. Years ago, probably 2008, Wizard World Chicago. Actually, it'll tell me 2013. Wow, I was way off. I'm sorry. We got some Barry Kitson signature action on Legion of Superheroes. That same run with that popular Adam Hughes Supergirl cover. Fortunately, I don't have that. We got another of the day. So we get 2 Adam Hughes books. So we get Legionnaires #9. The only reason I got this book signed, among others, I actually won this in an arcade as a kid. So you had to you go to the arcade, you shoot the basketball thing, you do a bunch of other stuff, you get tickets. Of course, I spent my tickets on a comic book because it was the only comic book they had, so I had to have it. But it was by Adam Hughes, so had to get it signed by him. And wrapping up, we got letter 44, #1. It was signed by Charles Soule, and he was very happy to see, because he was starting to, actually, I'll show this one too, what I'm talking about. You got Inhuman #1, so he was starting to make his big splash in Marvel, so he was just happy, like, someone brought him one of his independent titles, so there's letter 44, which is actually a pretty cool read. And the last book of the day, we got Lone Ranger. I know some Lone Ranger fans in the community. like great legend. He loves him some Lone Ranger. This one at the bottom, signed by Joe Cassaday. So, or John Cassaday. Wow. It's been a long day, guys. I apologize. John Cassaday signed right there. Did this phenomenal cover on issue 5 of the Lone Ranger. So there we go. So hopefully you guys enjoyed those signatures. So we're going to get into our driveway totals and wrap it up. Once again, I apologize for no bags that are new, but hey, thank you guys come for the signatures and the fun we have racking up these totals. So box 19, that first stack, 28 books, 36 signatures, box 20, I should say, 22 books, 30 signatures, box 21, 26 books, 31 signatures. So today's totals, which will go in the video description, 76 books, 97 signatures, the overall 483 books, and 641, actually 642 signatures. So I forgot to count that one Coypel I forgot about that was on the side. So 642 signatures so far, and we just crossed into the letter L. So I was still way off, but nonetheless, thanks for joining me once again. Once again, if you guys are watching on the premiere, big thumbs up to you guys. Hopefully I can get in there and say hi to you guys. But if not, I'll talk to you in the comments. But other than that, hope you guys are enjoying the series like I am. And have a wonderful night. Thanks again.